Do you remember how uncomfortable the Hollywood elites looked when Ricky Gervais was calling them out and the fact that they were all friends with Epstein? Well, today we just got some shocking news in regards to all of this that has these Hollywood elites very scared that we're going to be getting into today. Thanks to you and the outrage of the American people, Trump and his team are starting to pay more attention to what is happening with all of the Epstein stuff. And this is something that Trump just said yesterday, that there's going to be more attention that is going to be put on this stuff. And Trump is absolutely starting to bring out the sledgehammer for it. And that is a good thing. Now, this ties into what Congressman Wesley Hunt just said yesterday about the Epstein stuff and how it relates to Hollywood and all of that as well. Okay, this is absolutely insane, dark stuff that he is talking about here. Let's just say that Hollywood is brought up in this whole conversation, and that is of something that has Hollywood absolutely panicking.
What would you ask Ms. Maxwell, and what is your view overall on the Epstein saga? I think people are skeptical. The fact that DOJ says there's nothing there, I think that skepticism is healthy and good in the sense that, you know, people have been lied to repeatedly by previous administrations, so they're distrustful for just take our word for it.
I completely agree with everything that he's saying here, by the way. Completely agree.
Kind of statements. Where is the Maxwell saga going, and what would you ask Ms. Maxwell herself?
Well, again, I really refer to the president on this, and President Trump has had the most transparent presidency that we have seen arguably in the history of this country. Keep in mind, President Trump was right about the Russia hoax, and lately he has been right about the terrorists. He was right about the borders. Man, he has a hat that says "I've been right about everything." In my opinion, we have to let the cake we have to let the cake bake and not panic, because President Trump is operating in our best interest, and it's my understanding as well that we have to.
Let me know in the comments below if you agree with that or not.
Protect the victims of this Epstein scandal. Number one, protect their names, protect their identities. And so we have to be very, very cautious with how we release this information. So under no circumstances is our party the party of human trafficking, and we're sympathizing with Epstein. We have to be careful with the truth and make sure that the world sees exactly what happened and do it in a manner that's fair and also protects the victims. Under no circumstances would I.
Once again, I just go back to the entire thing of like Pam Bondi giving all those binders to those influencers and having them flaunt them around and pretending like it's some sort of huge party and all that type of stuff around the Epstein stuff. That was such a bad look, and it set such a horrible precedent for everything that they have done to handle the Epstein situation since then.
But we also got to stand for the truth. And so if she does come in town and she is questioned, you know, again, I think we're going to have to get to the bottom of some of the weird stuff that went on. But keep in mind, a lot of this weird cabal that went on, it's the left. It's actually Hollywood CEOs. It's actually people that they have been hiding.
You just know that this means that Hollywood is a target that they are focused on. The fact that he mentions Hollywood shows that there are people that are watching Hollywood that are paying attention to some of the big name people over in Hollywood. This is not a good thing for Hollywood, okay? And you know that they are absolutely terrified over this. They are terrified, which is why we have probably seen so many of them either leaving the country, and we've continued to see that happening ever since Trump got reelected again. There have been even more celebrities that have left the country after Trump was elected. Now that he has name dropped them, specifically said Hollywood, you know that they are scared, guys.
I find it really funny that we're talking about Epstein right now, but what about the previous 4 years under Biden? Nothing. What about Obama? Nothing.
That is 100% true.
All of a sudden, this is now the forefront of the news because people have a really bad case of Trump derangement syndrome.
When you see all these Democrats, all these leftists, and they're all clamoring for the Epstein stuff, oh, they're clutching their pearls. You guys know why it isn't because they care at all about Epstein. None of these guys brought him up while Biden was president, okay? But now that they realize that there is blood in the water and they think that they can use it against Trump, now suddenly they're all caring so much about the Epstein stuff, guys. They're all fakes. They're all liars. They're all frauds. Things are about to get even crazier, and I can't wait. So with that being said, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.